What's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another player interview. This time I'm welcoming back friend of the show, Larry. What's going on, Larry?
What up, what up?
So it's pretty cool when every time Larry's on, we've got a really just like a nifty outside the box deck. I think that's one of the things I like to do in this game, but it's one of the things that Larry really takes in stride. So pretty cool. Real quick before we get into this deck profile, if you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. That'd be super awesome if you guys. And if you guys want to support me, you can help me out down in the link below on my Patreon. That would be super duper awesome if you guys are longtime fans of the channel. Quick thing out of the way, we'll get into this. So Larry, you got this Hirudegarn deck. Now I know that this deck was like kind of a long time in the making. We kind of worked on it a little bit together, and this started in a very different direction. So why don't you talk about that a little bit with the Gogeta leader and like the 4-drop Gotenks?
So yeah, that was the original idea, because, you know, 4-drop Gotenks untapping energy, giving you more fusion plays, searching out, you know, essentially the same things. And it was more of a mono blue deck, I think, at that point.
With like slight yellow, right?
Yeah, I think it was like yellow to awaken, and then like mono blue after that, if I remember correctly. And then like you could play yellow Goten, because you could search that as a 10k instead of just Key Barrage. Yeah, I think that was the original build. And then it was like turn 4 is you know,
the kill turn, and then we played, and then there was objection in the deck too to actually bump that up to turn 3, right? And you actually played the Gogeta leader, and the theory behind that was to, you know, limit your opponent's negates on the backside, and it was pretty interesting. But eventually, I think before the build changed to blue-red, did it change to blue-red Gogeta first, right?
Yeah, it was still a blue-red Gogeta. That was the one I was building, and then, you know, like it was just to stop negates, and then they'd have to combo out of the crits rather than, you know, being able to drop so many negates. But then a lot of people were just like not playing as many negates nowadays, because, you know, Hercule's not there, and now there's not as big.
So less negates in the main deck kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's like your backside Gogeta effect is like lackluster.
So is that the main reason why you switched over to Hirudegarn?
Realistically, no. I knew Hirudegarn was... It was a toss-up between Hirudegarn, Soul Striker, or Gogeta as the leader. I haven't tested out Soul Striker. It's just that they were the main 3 big blue leaders. I want to play Gogeta because it was the newest one, and then, like, you know, the fact that it's 20k on turn or 3 energy. On 5 energy, it's 20k double strike. You know, like, it means you didn't have to waste energy to summon a double striker. It's just swinging double striker.
Yeah.
That, you know, that was the reason why I was playing, or it was originally Gogeta, and then it was also early. Like, he just came out, so it was like, okay, let's finagle around the new leader, you know?
Yeah, and then it's really cool that he has 5 energy double strike, but I think turn 5, like in this deck, like I've seen you kill people typically on turn 4, so I mean turn 5 is like a little bit too late, but yeah, I mean Hirudegarn is arguably the best leader in the game, so I mean that's you're gonna go over Hirudegarn. Yeah. And then why did you shift away from the 4-drop Gotenks build to something more like this?
Too slow.
Too slow.
It's why wait to turn 4 to get your searching plays when you can just, you know, get it on turn 2 and then kill them on 3-4.
Yeah, Mighty Mask is a card that we haven't seen like competitive play in a while, and you'd call this deck probably competitive, right? I mean, you just won a box tournament with it over the weekend, and you 2-0'd Storm twice, which is pretty nuts. So I would definitely consider this deck something on the more competitive side.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of success with the deck, and, you know, I had to go back to my roots of Mighty Mask, you know.
Yeah, that was the first engine you played in the start of the game. That's pretty awesome. So we'll start getting into the main deck. So 3 dark power black mass sand, 2 old school mass sand, and 2 Fu. Why do you go with this black package in the deck, in the main deck at least?
So black mass sand is it's a self awakener. You know, so you have that along with intensifying power trunks as 6 self awakeners in the deck, and like technically Key Barrage trunks if you summon it.
Yeah, in dire situations.
Yeah, but it's also like really good in the Shenron matchup.
Yep, for Child's Wish strategies, right?
Yeah. So it means that they, rather than Shenron generating advantage on turn 2, turn 3 with Child's Wish and the like +6 that they have because they drag, the leader, they can't play Child's Wish well.
Otherwise, they start ditching their advantage.
Yeah. So it's like it burns them or it brings them to turn 4, turn 5 area.
Yep.
So it's like it slows down Shenron's play and advantage pushing because that's just how I've seen Shenron. It's like it gains so much advantage, and that's why it's the best mid-range deck. Because you were talking about this on our drive back from Game On the other day. It was like all it does is generate +2 on turns 1, 2, and 3, and then it rides that plus to like the end of the game.
Yep.
And then it hopes to kill you on 4, 5, like 5 or 6, and like if it needs to, it'll drop 7-drop Gogeta on you.
Right, and like sometimes hardcast it.
Yeah, so that's like the thing is like because it rides that +6 on by turn 3, it's like objections. Like the neg from objection is minuscule.
Right.
And then you can play like double objection, then it's like, okay, I'm 2 turns ahead. Then it's like, oh, next thing you know, you don't have a hand anyways because of 7-drop Gogeta.
Yep.
So it's like you need to stall them out on it. And then that was the reason I was playing that and the Self-Awakener part.
And then the regular mass hand, I know your philosophy on a lot of card games because I've been playing card games with you for a while, but you're typically more along the lines of I want to play a deck that gets me all the advantage in the world, which like the majority of this deck does that. But you play mass hand in the main deck, and this is probably, I would say, a big reason you were able to 2-0 Storm twice this weekend, because just clearing those Gotenks and clearing those boards is so important, right?
Clearing Gotenks, very important. Clearing early aggro, because you can play defensively really well with Force Sensitive Beams, with Dimension Magic, and then with the Unbreakables.
Yeah.
Like you turtle well in the first 3 turns because you shouldn't have that many threats swinging at you.
Yeah.
And then it's like if they have board presence, you just mass hand it away.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't think of there was like no other real like bomb overrealm that you can drop on like 3, 4, and 5.
Right. Yeah. Like you can't really afford to play Shrouded in this deck.
Yeah, because you don't want to get to turn 6. Like if you get to turn 6,
something's going wrong.
You have plays. Don't get me wrong. You have like plays to keep pushing threats, but it's like you should have too much advantage to get to 6.
Yeah.
So then it's like Fustrat is out of the picture. Xenoverse Trunks, I guess, is the 4-drop, but it's like
costs 2 energy, kind of steep.
Yeah.
Even though it can grab back Hoys, which is pretty OP, but Scientist Food, which that rip off the top is pretty good.
Scientist Food draws 2 cards. Hoy realistically does the same thing, I guess, but one costs 2 energy, one costs 1 energy.
Yeah.
You're on the verge of decking out anyways, so.
Yeah, no, you love those decks that are just on the verge of deck out. So we got the 1 Flute and then the 3 Key Barrage. So I guess we'll get into the package now. So the 3 Key Barrage, the 4 Quick Thinking Gotenks, the 1 Key Barrage, Trunks, the 4 Unyielding, the 4 Mighty Mask. So that's going to comprise your Gotenks engine. So where did me and you talked about this a lot, like when the set was like leaked and coming out. Quick Thinking Gotenks is probably both of our favorite cards out of the entire set. The card is just insane. 3-drop, 15k crit, draws cards. So talk about like the curve of the deck a little bit and like why you chose to go Mighty Mask into Quick Thinking.
So, by the way, this is just blowing cloud up Quick Thinking's ass right now. Best freaking card of the set. Dimension Magic, nothing. The fact that Quick Thinking is, if you summon it on 3, it's a leader with crit because it's swing draw card.
Yep.
If you fusion it, it is a draw 2 swing draw card with crit. So it's literally a leader that has crit built into it. Yeah. It's an awakened leader that has crit built into it. Like, that's pretty good.
No, it is. And like the draw 2 off Gotenks, like you're ditching 2 to draw 2, but you're just cycling 2 dead cards like the Key Barrage Goten and the Key Barrage Trunks. So.
Yeah. So the curve. Okay, we'll go into the theory before the curve, I guess, is a better thing to do. So Mighty Mask searches Key Barrage Goten, which is arguably a dead vanilla card. you might summon it if you really want to push for game or wipe a Goten because it is a 10k and then it bounces back to hand, so he's not threatened for anything, so you can still fusion play with him next turn.
Right.
Your first target for Mighty Mask will probably be the Ki Barrage Trunks because you'd rather draw Unyielding than draw Ki Barrage, so you search the garbage one.
Makes sense.
And you're gonna fuse with it ideally. Yep. You might keep it if you like. If they have like 3-drop or 7-drop cell, then you can like Ki Barrage Trunks the 7-drop cell. That very rare situations, you know.
It can just answer big problems, yeah.
So it's like, so they search arguably dead vanillas. That then, if you have multiple copies of, like if you have double Goten or if you have a Goten already, and then you Mighty Mask into a second Goten, your Hirudegarn then ditches it, your second copy, and it's like Minutia. So it's like you draw 2 cards for free.
Right.
If you don't have multiple copies and like it's not a good Hirudegarn ditch and you want to keep it, then you have quick thinking and Gotenks, which does the same thing, except for then it puts a crit threat on board.
Yeah.
So then it, just because it's like a vanilla +1 off Mighty Mask, you then use that +1 to extend your advantage through either quick thinking Gotenks or Hirudegarn, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. No, your Mighty Mask gets you a +1, which like is the same logic as Minutia legs essentially. And I know there's like basically no space in the deck, but did you ever consider playing the Minutia legs package for even more pluses?
Oh god, no.
Yeah. I mean, it's deck. This isn't the deck that needs it. Like at all points, this deck has like 11 to 14 cards in hand, so there's no point for it. Absolutely. Yeah. And then we have a lot of our standard blue stuff. So Sensu Bean, Dimension Magic, Hoy, Busted Super Combo. Another big reason why I know you wanted to play this leader in particular. Little hint into the future. We're toying with some Champa stuff because Larry really likes those Hoy effects. He likes that super combo they got over there for God leaders. And then why 3 Deadly Defender in the deck? I know you have like a philosophy over why you like this a little bit more right now than like Vegito. So talk about that a little bit, please.
Deadly Defender comes in for 3 energy, obviously. Comes in a turn earlier against Storm. Relatively easy to protect. Because even if you tap out for it, you can, with Dimension Magic out, you can Dimension Magic tall threats like Mira.
Yep.
And then you just bean, weenie threats like Goten or Goten or Bardock. The fact that you can tap out for it and then still play Dimension Magic is really, really good.
Yeah, and one thing I want to mention real quick is that this deck, like, you notice we got Sparking in the deck and we got Overwhelms. This deck refuels that with no problem. If you saw the gameplay video that was up on the channel yesterday, he Overwhelms on a turn, and then even before his next turn even starts, he's already got like 3 or 4 back in the drop area already. That's just from comboing things out, that's from Hoy, that's from the leader ditching cards, and that's from like Mighty Mask tributing off. So you have ways to abuse your drop area and then refuel it immediately for Sparking. So wanted to mention that.
So that's the thing with the deck. Like, to find, I think the best players with the deck is a lot of people will hold Overwhelms for finishers. Like, you play Storm and you play the Storm logic is I need to drop Fu or I need to drop Mira as the ending 2 damage, right?
Yep.
This deck is just saying it's a +2. Screw it, drop it.
I'm gonna do it every turn.
I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna do it again next turn,
yep.
And then I'm probably gonna do it again next turn.
Yeah, and that's
people say like
very realistic for this deck.
Yeah, very realistic. What happened when I was playing over the weekend in the tournament? It wasn't yesterday. It was the day before. I went Mass Saiyan, worked my graveyard, and then proceeded to play the turnout, and then had 12 in my graveyard again.
That's insane.
And then next turn dropped the Fu. And then proceeded to have 5 in my graveyard again.
Jeez. That's nuts. So,
yeah. It's a way to play against Storm because you have to play aggro. And then it's like, you do that, and then you +2/+2. And then you wipe their advantage. So it's like, Storm's an advantage game. Me and you had this whole talk
Yeah.
on our car ride back too. It's like it's just gain the most pluses that you can, and then they can't kill you.
Yeah, I mean, if you have more combo power than them, they can't force damage through. That's what it comes down to essentially.
Yeah, I don't know if people watching your channel watched the stream. If you saw it, I don't know if you were still playing when I played it. Like, I out advantaged Stan so much in the finals that his kill shot in game 1 was a foo at 35k.
Holy crap. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that, check out 7-Star Report on YouTube and Facebook. They are doing a lot of cool streaming stuff in the Massachusetts, Rhode Island area. So shout out to them. They hosted the box tournament that we went to and that Larry won. So super dope. They're doing an awesome job. But yeah, that's awesome. Like, that crazy advantage. Like, yeah, you think
and
Storm
keep in mind, I still had like 3 Hoys in hand or 2 Hoys in hand on stream. Like, I'm just gonna play these 2 combo out of it, and I'm gonna dump the hand on my swing.
It's freaking stupid. So why the Singleton Great Saiyan Man?
This is like a trauma throw in the deck.
Oh my gosh.
It was to out Vegeta.
Right.
Like, out deadly defenders, swing tall, don't neg when you're swinging into Vegeta, which is you need to play an advantage game with the deck.
Mm-hmm.
If they drop a deadly defender, swinging into something that you have to kill is always iffy. Because if you combo tall, because if you combo tall and then they combo out, you're like, wow, I still have to swing at this.
I'm so screwed.
So the reason for Great Saiyan Man is like, okay, it's a it's a 5k combo. So it's like, swing, you have to neg to defend now. And then to swing over, it's the same logic. If you don't swing over me, I have a 30k threat on board.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't have an effect, but when it swings at Vegito, Deadly Defenders, or even Life, it's like, how many cards do you have to ditch to save it? At least 2.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that's the Yu-Gi-Oh logic. People always ask, how big would a vanilla have to be for you to play in your main deck? Apparently 3,000. So, so we have the 2 Ultimate Fusion Gogeta. That's just like the backup plan in case you don't kill him on turn 4. You have an insane turn 5 play. And then the Intensifying Power Trunks for Self-Awakening. Mighty Mask, talked about it. Champa, because we love Champa. Team Champa for those sneaky wins. And then the Unbreakable for defense. 3, not 4?
Yeah, I've never seen the need to draw it. I play it like mainly for defense. If I need to, I will combo it on offense, but I never want to.
Right, it's like for game, if anything.
Yeah, it's for game or anything. Other than that, the only reason it's in there is to make use of the energy that Dimension Magic untaps.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like, I you know me, I personally don't really like the card.
I don't know why.
But it was like,
insane.
It's just like the energy is so much more efficient on your turn for like, okay, one energy could be a foo rather than 1 energy for an unbreakable.
Yeah.
And then on like, it's only good on defense, and then it's like weird to play a card purely like not weird to play a card purely for defense, but like if you're going aggro and trying to make people waste advantage because they have to combo out of things or threats, then it's weird to play like a defensive card that you could draw.
Yeah.
You know, so like, and then you also have like what, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 10k combos with that.
That's a decent amount of 10Ks in the deck, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why, like, the reason I got so much luck with it is because of Hoy's. Like, I've ditched 10Ks and then ripped 2 5Ks, so now Hoy's a, 20k combo.
Yeah.
Or Hoy ripped in Unyielding, and then next thing you know, there's a Beam live, and then everything else just goes off.
Yeah, no, Hoy is insane. All right, so let's move over the side deck and see a little bit about why you chose certain side deck cards. So you went with the Dodo logic of 1 Toki Toki and then all the Toki Toki targets. Please, why?
Good thing like this side deck was thrown together the night before at like 4 in the morning.
Sweet. It's always a good professional story.
So it was like, okay, I don't have the side deck space to side deck 2 copies of each, which was originally what it was. It was 2 Dendes, 2 Krinoas, 2 Kamis. and then it went into, okay, I have 2 of each, and then I need to fit in Crisis Crusher. And then, like, I had to knock it down so that I could fit in Crisis Crushers. So that's why I, kind of cut them down. So it goes from 6 cards to 4 cards. And then that became the 2 that I could play Crisis Crusher. And then Toki would then
just act as another copy of any of them.
Yeah, another copy of any of them, realistically. So that was the logic for it. Did I side deck any of them? No. Literally, the box event was I played against Jackie Chun. Completely forgot that they could play Shugesh, so I didn't side deck in Chrono and got Shugesh game 2. Instead, I side decked in Haru's.
Excellent. Kami would have probably been good in that matchup too. Jackie Chun.
He wasn't playing Go Wide build.
Oh.
I mean, he was playing the Scuffle Time, and then he was playing his own Crisis Crusher, I believe. So it was
kind of pointless.
Yeah, he was playing announcers too. So then, I think I sided in Crisis Crushers. I'm like, this is garbage. So those should have been the Chrono and Toki.
Yeah.
But completely slipped my mind about Shugesh because he didn't Shugesh me game 1.
And that's how you win a box tournament, boys. So the Haru, green yellow leaders, Crisis Crusher. So wait, Haru, were you gonna say something about it?
Oh no, it was just mainly against Cell Chain. That was the best one I came up with. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, and then Crisis Crusher. Me and you both know this card is trash against Storm. So why did you try so hard to fit it in this side deck?
I can't tell you. Like I said, I did not really play much of my side deck. I sided in Crisis Crusher against Storm, just to side it in. Excellent. I think I summoned it to stop some Bardock swings, but
yeah, I mean, I will say it's good against a deck like yours that plays the 1-drop crit Trunks, but yeah, against a deck like Storm, it just doesn't do enough. But
yeah, so that was the main reason I put it in. It was in case there was anyone else playing 1-drop aggro.
Yeah,
and then I could
Yamcha or anything like that.
Yeah, so that was the idea. It was just in case anybody was playing 1-drop aggro, so that you could just summon it and blow things up and gain advantage.
Yep. And then the West Kai Keeping Watch, which is essentially another Jacko. I don't know why they thought we needed 8 Jackos, but we have them. So this is the card that let you 2-0 me. So yeah, it was mostly just for Storm, right?
It's for Storm. For the most part, yeah. Anything that I actually really like the card. It's mainly for Storm, but then it's also for anything that you want to, because it's an advantage thing with Storm. That's the thing of it, is it's really good against Storm, and then it's also really good against other things that try to play the same type of game where it's advantage based. Because if they tap an energy for Champa or something like that, and you combo easy, that is them tapping an energy that they can't easily untap.
Yep.
Unless they're playing, Unyielding and all that stuff, Unyielding or Beam. But then there's also a chance that they have to then play Champa defensively, which means it's still not good.
Yeah, they don't get any advantage off of it, and if it was the kill shot you just survived, then they're dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was the reason I did it. So it also pairs well with Hoi, where you can ditch something else with Hoi, rip into Kai, and then that makes it
extra 15k on top.
Yeah, on top of Hoi. So it's Hoi could be a 25k differential.
Yeah.
In combo power. I also had weird games with him where I had to summon him and try to push a game.
He does have barrier. That's pretty OP.
Yeah, so I tried to do it against a Jackie Chun leader. Because, I swing with him, combo the hand, he can't Shugesh it.
Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. Then the Tumafuba, just anything that's ginormous, you want to slap that on top of. Why the 1 at all costs and 2 digging deep?
At all costs at 1 because I only have 1.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I probably would only play. I would probably actually not even play more. I think I'd rather play the digging deep.
Yeah.
Because it's not the triple strike necessarily matters because of how much pressure this deck puts on.
Yeah, and I hate the card and anything that's not yellow because you don't have battering, it's just not as impactful.
With the way this deck, if you're dropping Overrealms on turns 3 and 4 with double strike already, and people are already self-awakening or not caring about life before turn 4, like, you already have enough pressure that the triple strike shouldn't matter.
Yeah, makes sense.
It was just for self-awakening.
Yeah, because I know, like, we've tested the Shenron matchup with your deck, and it's a little rough when they're not ever swinging at you.
Yeah, so the thing with Shenron is, like, you have to hit self-awakeners to then be able to apply that early pressure, because then you can hit your big tempo turn before they wipe your hand with 7-drop Gogeta.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
And then
you want to pin them back into a corner before that turn.
Yep, and then hopefully they just, like, you know, they look at your hand and it's like, okay, you only have 4 in hand. They're not going to drop the Gogeta because, like,
it's not worth
getting
it.
out of that Gogeta is actually a pain because there's, you know, he has barrier.
Yep.
So that, like, there's no efficient way to deal with 7-drop Gogeta.
Nope. Basically, just drop Great Saiyan Man and hope they don't out combo it.
Basically, it's either drop Great Saiyan Man or ignore it and try to kill them.
Yeah, that's the game plan. So that's gonna cover the entire deck. So I mean, this is a red-blue Hirudegarn variant. You guys have heard of it before, but this is not like any type of Chain Zeno deck where you're kind of degenerately trying to rip your opponent's hand apart and just out advantage them. This is actually a really innovative deck that plays a lot of cool combos. So Larry, kudos to you. Any final words about the deck or shoutouts or anything?
What am I supposed to say here, Joey?
You could shout out the channel that you love so much, you know.
Which one's that one?
Oh yeah, 7-star report, of course.
Oh yeah, okay. Thank you for 7-star report for holding the box tournament. I wonder what they cracked out of that box actually, because I did end up taking them out.
The box went to a young player who was in need of cards, so that was pretty cool. That was pretty awesome. Nice job, Larry.
Oh, thanks. I'm sad that I did not crack a Chomp out of the Judge Pack though. Oh.
That actually wasn't the Judge Pack with the Champa, but anyways.
You lied to me, Joe.
Yeah, so Crosswell TCG sucks. Thank you, Larry, so much for coming on.
Yeah, shout out to Crosswell TCG too.
Nah, you don't care. Anyways, thank you so much for coming on.
What do you mean?
And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And this has been a travesty, and we'll see you next time.